today I'm going to show you guys how to, dress your candle, load it, and what kind of items, herbs, oils, and as well as powders that you can place on a candle for mutual separation. I've been doing some work for a client of mine, and this is the last bit of the work that I want to do, because she is going to have to work around this person, and I want to give them both some peace, and I want them both to go their separate ways with no hate in their heart. And the reason that I'm going to use red today is because before anything happened, there was a lot of love into this relationship, and there was a lot of happiness. So as they split apart and they go their separate ways, I want them to both continue to, find that love wherever it is. So I want to do the amicable separation, and the herbs and the oils as well as powders that I'm going to use today is going to both help them heal as well, move on, open their roads to other things, separate people, separate ways. So already I dress the heart and I dress their bodies, and what I used is I have an oil that I created which is for amicable separation. And this is going to help you if you have a boyfriend as well. You may not love him anymore and you don't want to let him know this, but you want to mutually break the relationship apart, where you both come to terms to say, you know what, we're both going to go our separate ways, and leave it at that. And it's best also, like, if you don't have any kids involved, it's even better, But if you are going through any kind of legal separation and custody, alimony, and the divorce is getting a bit nasty, this candle will help to calm some things down. It actually will. With kids involved, things may be a little differently, but if you don't have any kids involved, and you just have a regular relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, and you both, or one of you are tired of each other, you can use pink and you can use white. I'm not using black today because I don't want a destructive relationship. I don't want them to hate each other. I just want them to go their separate ways with their backs turned to each other, because they're going to work with each other, so they have to learn to see each other and be fine with it. So I dress that with the amicable oil, and I also have a As I Say oil. And the As I Say oil I'm placing on him because he's the problem mainly, and I want him to leave her alone. So I'm placing the As I Say, and I'm enforcing on him, when I do the work and when I light the candles, for him to leave her alone, go his way, don't bother her. Everything that I want to commend him with, I'm going to place the As I Say oil onto him. And I also wrote words alongside of it and underneath it as well. What I did to load it is I placed his name, date of birth, picture, and stuff like that underneath, and I packed it in with some slippery elm because he has a tendency of gossiping, and I need him to stop talking about her. I need him to stop spreading lies. So that's why I placed that in there. And under her, I have the paper packet in there, and what I did was I put some deer's tongue in there because I need her to continue to be a lady at work. So when she sees him, she's going to speak very eloquently. She's not going to disrespect him. She's not going to curse. And the words that are going to come out of her mouth is going to leave him, put him off. He's going to leave her alone. She's not going to curse at him. She's not going to be rude or disrespectful in any sort of nature. And deer's tongue is really good for that. It's good for if you're doing court case work as well, and you want to give your lawyer some, better words to come out of his mouth. And you want to, stretch out his vocabulary and the speech, how he speaks to certain people. So you would use that as well. That's great for that. And it's also good for proposals. So it's in my marriage oil. And the men that do order the marriage oil from me, it helps them to come up with the greatest ideas and the best proposals, because it gives them better ideas. And a lot of men are nervous when they talk, so this deer's tongue helps them to come out with great words and to ask her in a way that would really take her off guard and surprise her. So back to the work. I already dressed them, oiled them, and everything. So what I am going to do next is, let me show you guys first this. I split it in the middle. I split this heart because they no longer share one heart. And once I split the heart, every day, little by little, I'm going to break that heart apart. And with the products that I'm going to be using, healing, they both will, regain that heart as a whole and separate. And then they can, love someone else. So, in the future, if you're going to be doing this work, you want to make sure that you're working on different areas. So if it's for divorce, you're going to work on your legal candles, court case candles. You're going to sweeten the judge, you're going to sweeten the lawyers, and also the mediators. So you have to work on separate things. You can't just, just work on this and expect it to just automatically take full, course and just work like that. Sometimes you have to work with different candles and different things for one situation to get the best results. So if you're going to work on this, just this alone, then you may want to do a few more to help to amicably separate you both and, cause no problem. So I'm going to be using some, my separation powder, and I'm going to place it into the middle between them because I want them to have nothing to look back to. So I'm going to use this little brush here. And this is going to help me to place it right in the middle because their backs are turned to each other. So with this separation powder in between them and in between the heart, this will cause them to go their separate ways easier. This is the only thing it's not even that harsh of a powder that I'm using, it's just to separate them. And you can use this to separate two people that are friends. If you want to go that route and separate family members that are destructive, you can use that as well. Boyfriend, girlfriends, you use this. So I'm going to place that powder all inside of here. There's nothing for them to look back to each other. This separation powder is going to push them apart. Stay away from each other. He's going to stop gossiping, and if she has to, deal with him at any time or see him at work, she will know what to say with this deer tongue. So, okay, what I'm also going to do is, because she is my client, I have to make sure that, everything goes well for her. I'm going to place some roll opener powder, but not only for her, for him. I want them to separate nicely, and I want them to go down their own roads and their own paths. And I don't want any kind of problems at all. So I'm going to open the roads for him as well as her. So I'm creating a path and opening the road. And you could place this on the plate that you have. You could place this at their feet as well. Because in order to walk, down the road, your feet are the first thing that you need. You need to walk first. You can't run down an open road. You need to walk down the road. And, alongside opening her roads as well, I'm going to place some Damiana on her road to help her with her next love, to make sure everything is fine and she can help to attract the man that she wants. And if she's with a man right now, this will help their relationship. And I'm going to place some coriander at her feet as well, because this will keep her man faithful. And some lover's root as well. So that's what I'm going to do for her. He is not my client, but I can't, leave him all messed up. So, opening his road as well. I want to place some lavender at his feet to give him some peace, some tranquility as well. And also to give him peace of mind and to help him with balance, calmness, and to give him a good night's rest, So when she, takes his money and his car and alimony and all of that, he's a little bit more calm. Also, I'm going to place some calamus because I really, really need him to move along. I really need him to stop trying to hold her back. That slippery elm is going to keep his mouth shut. So alongside him keeping his mouth shut, peace with the lavender, the calamus, I want him to move along. I'm not going to use licorice. I'd rather use calamus for this situation. I'm going to use the calamus for this situation because I want to, when I do this work, I want to control him, but give him a sense of calmness and push him along a little bit more harder. But the licorice root is good too. But I feel like with the calamus, they both work for control, but for the situation mainly because they're going to be going to, their situation with the courts and stuff, then the calamus will work better. What I'm also going to do is place some cupid berries on her feet. I want her to have the best luck in her love and her relationships. And, with the cupid berries, they help you in the relationship sexually. They help you, if you haven't had a lover, they'll help you to meet a lover. And they are really good to help you to just have a good love affair, So, sometimes you leave in a relationship and sometimes you need some love and you want to pick up love somewhere else. And Sometimes you just need a good love affair. I'm going to also place some red rice alongside her feet. And this is all that I'm going to be doing for this. You know, I did what I had to do for him. You know, I opened his roads for him to go about and have peace and calm and balance. Write the words that you want to have, you know, that you want on the man. Write them on his shoulders, his head. You can write clarity, peace, all of that stuff. You write his name out. And what I'm going to do is light his candle first so that he can move on and learn to move on without her. I'm not going to light both of them together. So once he's lit and you know, I do my prayer and, you know, he's starting to slowly burn down, then I will light her candle. She is not the problem. It is mainly him. So once he's, you know, his head is starting to melt down and he can move along mentally, when he is where I need him to be, then the body, of course, will follow. Because a lot of times mentally you're so trapped into this relationship, you know, you're not giving yourself and your body the peace that it needs to move on. So first his head needs to move on. Mentally, I need him to go. Leave her alone. Clear away. Let her be. If she's happy and she finds someone, let her be happy. She's going to have to see you, but because I placed that separation powder, there's always going to be something in between them. So at work, there's always going to be someone there. There's always going to be someone in between them. Be it another co-worker. Anywhere she goes and she sees him, someone is going to be in between them. So if he wants to act the fool, that is on him. This deer's tongue will keep her at the level that she needs to be professionally. Her speech is going to be top notch. So if you want to act up, you act up. You will lose your job. She won't. I want her to carry herself as a lady and very professional. So all these herbs and oils that I have put together is going to help her. I'm trying to help him too, but I don't have to really do much for him because honestly, it's not that I don't care, but I'm not too concerned with who he moves on with. So that's why, as you can see, I gave him some lavender for peace of mind, to be calm, you know, to sleep good and all of that. And I opened this rose. Go do what you want to do. For her, you know, the cubeb berries, the rice, the lovage oil, the lovage root. I'm sorry about that noise. That's somebody outside having fun. And the damiana is just going to help her move along at the pace that she needs to move along. So with all of that said and done, I really hope that you guys understand, you know, why I use certain herbs, you know, and what herbs, you know, was better for today, you know, because today is a Saturday. It's good to do separation. And also because the moon is in waxing, you know, I can increase things to pull things to me, as well as being it on a Saturday, push things away. So I'm taking advantage of the day and the moon together. And once I light him, and you know, like I said, his mind is clear enough to me, within about, I want to do this from Saturday, Sunday, Monday to Tuesday. The last day will be Tuesday, and little by little I'm going to break this heart apart. What I'm going to do when the wax melts down and everything, I'm going to give her herself in a mojo bag and prepare it well for her, and I'm going to place him in a mojo bag as well. And because we want him to stay far away, I'm going to give it to her, and she's going to place it somewhere. And this will help seal the deal for the work and help, you know, her to move on. She will keep her, you know, her wax. If there's any wax left over, because what you want to see, you want to get a little bit of wax left as possible. And then I'll roll it together, shape it into a heart. With his, I'm not going to shape it into a heart at all. You know, I'm going to make a box for him. I want him to move outside of the box, outside of the relationship, and go his way. And she will get rid of it the way that I explained to her to do. And this will bring a lot of peace to you guys that are in relationships and you no longer love that man, you no longer love this woman, and you don't know how to separate without separating and hurting each other. So I really hope that you guys love this video. You can comment below. You can email me if you have any questions. But as always, like, subscribe, and stay blessed.